On this video, we are looking at the Droid Factory Book of Boba Fett 4-pack from Disney. This was released as part of the May the 4th celebrations 2025. Right, let's get into it. 4 droids, largely from Gaza's Sanctuary on Boba Fett. I think these first 3 are, and this last one is actually from the... from like Jabba's palace, which Boba Fett obviously commandeers. Some really good droids in here. Obviously, there's going to be a reflection, so I will crack these out. Straight when you look at the packaging, the standout droid for me is this drummer droid. You do have to be careful when opening this up, though. If anyone's got one, there is a drum stick or arm and stick that has fallen off within the packaging, as you can see there. But yeah, these are getting cracked out. One minor little nitpick, I think in the show there is actually like a sort of a kick drum or like a floor tom that would be part of that droid setup. But hey, look, we can't have everything. So here we go. Let's crack them open. These droid sets from Disney, they do tend to come out of well, they're kind of a surprise when they get dropped. So I don't think anyone was expecting these 4 droids to come from Disney this year, especially as Book of Boba Fett's like a couple of years old as well now. The great thing about Disney is there's no like long pre-orders with these. You sort of see them, maybe they get teased a week or 2 beforehand, but as soon as they're available online, they're available to buy. So yeah, these were ordered on May the 4th or May the 5th, and they've arrived just a couple of days, well, within the week anyway. Let's just do this very carefully because there are missing parts. Ah, there we go. Right, well, that's a sign, isn't it? Just to get them right out of the packaging. This is the standout droid, Max Rebo's drummer droid. I just want to get a close-up on these sort of the arms and the sticks. You can see there's like extra holes in the body, so I'm guessing you can move the positioning of the arms along the body. I don't know why you'd want to move them lower, to be honest, but unless it's going to be used for a different sculpt along the way. It's incredible. They are very, very thin plastic, very, very fiddly. As I say, one got dropped within the packaging before picking it up, and even even the drums are a little bit, they come away from the leg supports there. Let's take this middle leg out because he doesn't actually, when he's sort of playing in the band, he's sort of upright, isn't he? So let's get that off. That was more of a struggle than it needed to be. And let's set him up down the front here. Okay, very cool. Let's just move the camera slightly so you can see them a little bit better and in more detail. I will say this, the protocol droid is very, it's got quite a shine to it, a bit like TC-14 from last year. What was it, last year? 25th anniversary of Phantom Menace. Yeah, last year, 2024. The TC-14 that came from Disney had quite a nice sort of metallic sort of feel without having that vac metal finish. But yes, this set's so good. The sort of the dark colours of this R5 kind of remind me of the Disney sort of, is it Star Cruiser sort of holiday theme that they did that's obviously failed. This little droid carrying like a couple of small plates, a bit of tapas, really cool. We know that in the vintage collection we don't get many droids. We don't get such a variety of droids for sure, and astromechs in particular. So this is really welcome from the Disney parks. They will go in my collection. We don't have a very big collection of Book of Boba Fett, so these are, yeah, they're very welcome additions. We really do need a Sanctuary set. I've got this Attack the Clone Speeder in the background. This was a pickup from May the 4th weekend, and I'll be opening them up and maybe do a review on the channel, or maybe just stick it in the display somewhere. But I thought in the background we've got the Streets of Tatooine set up, so I will I don't know, populate these droids within that and a few other patrons and see if we can't recreate some sort of sanctuary playset for these guys. Before I do, there was a key with purchases on Disney Store. I don't really know who collects these. I've got a couple of them now. I'm not sure who they're aimed at. I don't know if it's a Disney thing that do keys with different things. This is obviously Star Wars themed for May the 4th. But yeah, just showing it off because it came with the droid set because it was a purchase over a certain amount of money, I guess. Right, okay. So I've just filled out a few characters in front of the Streets of Tatooine and half a Navarro cantina. Just fill it with patrons, really. Just this could be any sort of scene, really. It's not canon. You've got characters from Book of Boba Fett. Obviously, the main character himself out front with Fennec Shand, Black Chrysanthemum over there. We've got some various sort of patrons from nightclubs and senators and you know, a bit of everything really back here. A couple of Easter eggs, I guess, along the way, but you know, every collection should have them. But yeah, this is the standout for me. I think having Max Rebo and his band as it appears in sort of Book of Boba Fett, obviously it's a bit cobbled together. Obviously the Max Rebo is from the Return of the Jedi, specifically the Power of the Force 2 line. You've got a Bith musician, which is obviously from the Cantina modal node set. Yeah, I mean, none of this really goes together. I just cobbled together whatever was lying around and generally not on the shelves. This is kind of overspill from what's in bags and boxes and things. But yeah, I mean, I would love them to do like a sanctuary, either playset or just fill out a few more of the characters, really. Garseth Whip, I think, you know, has a fair few lines in the show. We see the Pikes turn up there. We see Trandoshans turn up there because, you know, Chrysanthemum has a little scuffle with one. Obviously, we've got the main characters that show there. Now we've got some droids as well. I think the Sanctuary probably is something that could benefit from a few figures. There's a Cad Bane looking on. Watto would be, you know, maybe, you know, still floating about. Mos Espa, and you can't forget Zuvio himself needs to show up in most things these days, just as a sort of Easter egg. Obviously, this is just a makeshift setup. It's not going to stay this way. It's a good way to show off the Tatooine streets and just also show off that they do connect to the Navarro Cantina. They are two different shades, obviously, and neither of them are weathered. So, I mean, that's it's not the best on Hasbro's part, but to be honest, if you were to weather both, you could probably get a decent, quite a decent, consistent look across the two. Yeah, I don't know what else I can say, really. I really absolutely love these droids, and long may the Droid Factory from Disney continue, because they really do, they give us stuff that, you know, just Hasbro isn't. Yeah, so I will find a bit more space on my Book of Boba Fett shelf for these, particularly like the Protocol droid. He can hold the Cantono, yes. Yeah, and obviously that drummer droid is something I've long wanted. So yeah, very happy to pick that up. All right, I'm David the Dead. Have you picked this droid set up? What are your thoughts on it? How are you going to display these droids? You know, we don't have many Book of Boba Fett figures, so are you going to create your own scene a bit like this, or are you sticking them elsewhere, Jabba's palace, or elsewhere? Let me know in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going. Just as a sort of a quick setup, I really love this. Just, yeah, how you can sort of start building out a world, and it is the world building scale, isn't it, as Hasbro keep telling us. So yeah, more of this please, Hasbro and Disney. Let's get some more characters. Let's get a new Max Rebo band on the go as well while we're at it. And yeah, that's it for me. I'm David the Dead signing off. Take care, goodbye.